What's going on, everyone? Aaron here, Clean Cuts Lawn Care. It is Tuesday morning and I am on the job site across the street from the job we did yesterday, which was that house. It was me and Vicky that did it, and I titled the video from yesterday that a customer's caretaker called me after work and accused me of overcharging, and that is what happened. There were actually more things said than that, and before this video is over today, I'll give a full explanation of what happened, my response to it, and that customer's options moving forward. I'll tell you now though, before I hung the phone up, that caretaker was apologizing to me. I'll tell you that much right now. But yeah, so we're on the job across the street, and tell you, this job would have been impossible to do yesterday. No way. You can see those leaves are soaking wet, very heavy, and the entire backyard, say beyond the garage, beyond the back of the garage, is a mud pit. So it's kind of where we're at right now, and it's rough. And I got two jobs to get done today, this one and one more. This was all covered in leaves. I mean, everything. Couldn't even see the ground. And we're gonna take that stack of sticks back there. It's everything that's fallen recently. enough for this layer. Go ahead and add another tarp on here. Got a big pile in the neighbor's driveway to get. Alright, let's get this in there. I'd say we have another hour and a half, maybe 2 hours on this job, and then we'll be moving on to the next. I wasn't gonna dump until probably tomorrow morning. I was 5 minutes from the next job, and he contacted me and told me they wanted to switch to full service. I thought, so they want everything hauled away, so I need the room now, I have to dump now. I kind of thought that was gonna happen, but I thought it would have already happened. He hadn't told me. I told him yesterday we would be there today, and he didn't switch it over to full service yesterday. So I thought, oh, I guess they're not going to. And then they did today. So, which is fine, I don't care. But it just changed up my plans for having to dump right now. So, after I get done with this, I'm going to tell you guys the story about yesterday. And kind of what's going to happen with that. I had to talk to that customer today because she was right across the street, and I went over there and talked to her, kind of told her what the options are from here, and we'll see what happens. Come on, man, this stuff is heavy, all being wet. Oh, this one's heavy. Very heavy. Come on. Come on. Holy heck. Leaving the dump. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you about this phone call with the caretaker because I didn't get to do it yesterday. We had just gotten home. We had went to the dump, and we got home, took showers and all that, and I get out of the shower, I have a voicemail, and on the voicemail it's a lady requesting us to call her back in reference to, and she said my customer's first name. I call back, and it's the customer from yesterday's cleanup, the one who I said she's very elderly and she is forgetting a lot of things and it's getting worse. So I call back and she says, hi, I'm first name's caretaker. Or no, I'm sorry, she goes, hi, I'm calling in reference to first name, and then you hear her say, what's your last name? What's your last name? Hey, what's your last name? I cut her off and I said, her last name is, and I said it. She goes, right. She goes, well, I'm her caretaker and I'm trying to get her, balance her checkbook. I said, okay. And she goes, well, she doesn't have any invoices from you for this past whole year. I said, well, she might not have invoices from me, but she was given every invoice from me. I said, every customer receives an invoice for every bill, and every bill has every service that we did on that bill and the dates of the service. And so she's like, okay, well, you know, I don't know, maybe she don't have them, or maybe she threw them out. I said, I don't know what to tell you, you know, what she did with them, but she was given the invoices. Then she says, well, I'm gonna need copies of every invoice that you have done this year. And I said, well, that's not gonna happen. I said, that will take me hours to go through my invoices to find them, all from her. They're all together, but it's a huge stack of invoices. I said, around tax time, I will provide them to you, but it's not gonna happen right now. I don't have the time. Okay. Then she says, well, how much was today's service? Now, I don't like to talk about a lot of payments and stuff, but for the whole story, you'll need to know. Which I said it in yesterday's video anyway about this one. I said, today's service was $200. And she said, okay, how much is her mowing bill? I said, her mowing bill is $160 for every 4 services. She said, oh, okay, so this was like what, her final mowing bill and a leaf cleanup all in one? I said, nope, this was just a leaf cleanup. Right away, starts yelling at me. How in the hell do you charge someone $200 to clean up leaves? I said, and as soon as she did this, I right away knew she was accusing me of ripping this elderly lady off. And I'll just tell you, honestly, I didn't take it well. I didn't speak to her well. I explained to her that this is a job that took us 3.5 hours, 2 people on the job site. That we have to pay to dump the fees because we did do full service cleanup. So I said, who do you think's taking these leaves for free? I explained to her after the dump fees, we're only keeping X amount of dollars for 3.5 hours with 2 people. I said, to me, I don't call that a job, I call that a favor. And once I broke the numbers down, of course, she's like, oh, okay, yeah, no, I see. And I told her, I said, her price is supposed to be $320 with the formula we use for cleanups that we charge everybody else. I said, last year I gave her this price. I did the job. I said, this year, instead of raising her price, I kept it the same because I know she's elderly, she's having problems, she lives alone, she's on a fixed income. I know that there's already been times that she didn't have the money to pay her mowing bill and asked us to wait. Other times that she wrote us the check and asked us to wait X amount of days to deposit it. Times where I had to go back later and pick up paint. We have bent over backwards for this customer as far as knowing she don't have money. Discounting these types of jobs that have to get done. I mean, the city will not let you just leave your leaves in the yard. It's not going to happen. You will pay a fine, a big fine. So, of course, by the end of the conversation, she's apologizing to me and trying to backtalk. I said, no, too late for that. So I talked to because she was right across the street, I talked to the customer today, and I said, look, right away she started apologizing about that woman, when she called me and the things that she said. But at the same time, the customer yesterday thought her price was only going to be $140 and was mad at us when we told her, no, it's not $140. Got pretty upset about it. Like, so, she's elderly, yes, okay, she's having problems, so I'm not mad at her. I mean, she's, you know, I understand it's hard for her, but this woman, So I told her, I said, I need one of your relatives to call me, whether it be your daughter or your nephew that I met. And she said, why? I said, someone has to take over your payments. Someone has to pay me other than you. And she said, well, I'm in charge of that. I said, I understand, but I said, and she asked me why. And I said, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. She said, no, just tell me. And I said, you're forgetting a lot. And every time you forget the price, you ask me what the price is, I tell you the same price, and you get upset. And you say, well, how much? It wasn't that before. And I said, it's okay, I get it. I said, but you're putting me in an uncomfortable situation, and now I got someone accusing me of taking advantage on this price. I said, I can't do it. I said, I have to protect myself and my business. And she said, okay, I understand. She kept I said, don't apologize, you're fine. You have nothing to apologize for, but we have to correct it moving forward. We'll see what happens. No call from a relative, that's it. I'm not going to have her forget the fact that we even do these services and start telling like her daughter or a caretaker, I don't know who or why these checks are going to this person, this company. They don't work here, and then all of a sudden something, now I gotta start proving. I'm not gonna deal. I have everything that I need. I don't want to be in that situation. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. All right, here's the next job. The house next door was our first cleanup on the schedule this year, and a follow-up. I'm not going to film too much of this one. The backyard, it's not a regular backyard. Most of it is a deck, a big deck, and then the yard goes around the deck. It's kind of complicated, and we're getting a lot of wind right now, so this isn't going to be that much fun, I can tell you that much. I'll film a little bit of it near the end though. So all right, I'm gonna get to work. All right, this backyard, oh god, it's been a lot worse than I thought. I didn't see all these tears in weak spots on this pool cover during the estimate, so I couldn't put any weight going across with leaves. I had to everything from like the top of there over, I had to rake by hand, push it along that wall, get it to this wall, push it out this way, and then tarp it. Not even with the blower, it was too much. Then that ivy over there goes all the way up to that leaf pile, so it was hard to even get that up to that point. And the fence line is raised all the way around, so every time I'm moving leaves, there's leaves going through into the neighbor's yard, and there's nothing I can do about that. This has been a headache. If I could go back to the day of the estimate, I don't even give one, honestly. But what are you gonna do? The side of this house, the side where our other customer is, it did have like a fresh layer of leaves on top, but everything that was under there, those were leaves all the way from last fall. There was also a few inches of pine needles, and we didn't know that. The customer said he tried raking them up and blowing them, and they wouldn't even move. And once I discovered that, I told him, hey, look, man, I can't take that pile with me. It'll fill my trailer up, no problem, and I won't be able to take everything else. And they're just too heavy. They've been sitting there for over a year. And he said, oh, nope, absolutely. I completely agree. It's no problem. Just put them on the tree lawn. And I did that, but they were too heavy. So I did take them with me and left a smaller pile there of leaves that could be vacuumed up. It's a little after 5 o'clock. I just got done. Got a full load of leaves out of here. On the side, there was an area where I think I already mentioned it, but I was gonna leave those. Problem is, they were so thick, I don't know if the city could have vacuumed them up. So I took the bulk of those, and I did have to leave a small pile. Probably see it in the mirror there. I did have to leave a small pile of leaves. They were perfectly fine with it. They, you know, they love it. It looks great. They want to sign up for mowing. That's fine. Although that back will suck to mow. But still, we'll sign them up because the neighbor wants to sign up as well. Yeah, that's it. Man, that one sucked. That was bad. Finding that all them tears in the pool cover, not being able to utilize it to take leaves across, that put a hurting on it. But what are you gonna do? All right, so the day's over. I'm going home. It's Vicky's birthday. Want to go enjoy the evening with her and spend some time together, and yeah, that's about it. All right, if you like the video, hit like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Let me know everything I'm doing wrong, and keep them edges clean, boys. I'm out.